as you pack up your king cake, your ladder, and your bead bag this carnival season, don't forget that a fun parade day can easily turn sour if you don't follow tips to keep your family safe. And emergency room physician Dr. Heath Nugent with Lakeview Regional joins us now with more. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So you guys must see a lot of business in the emergency room around carnival time. What do you see?
Well, yeah, business definitely goes up. We get a lot of people, and alcohol is usually involved. We have falls from ladders, trips, people getting into fights.
Yeah, even like beads in the noses and throats and
yeah, those small things for small children can definitely be a choking hazard, so it's something to watch out for.
All right, so let's say you're getting ready to take your kid to the parade. Look at these ladders here. These things are a recipe for disaster. First of all, have you seen any accidents with this, and what do you recommend?
Well, yeah, it's very easy for those to tip over. The ground in New Orleans, as everybody knows, is not all that level. It's a safety thing. If you want, you can buy a little bit of web strapping, make a seatbelt that holds the young children in better than the bar across it will. And then if you can figure out a way either to weigh it down or some sort of way to kind of just strap it in place, it's easier not to fall over.
Okay, look at these night parades. These are, if your kid sees a sparkly item and the float's going by and the item's under the float, they'll try to go after it. What do you do to prevent your kid from running up under the float?
Well, we've got 3 kids, and we bring them out to the parades as much as we can. And we always tell them that they have a boundary. There's a line that they can't go past. No matter what sparkly thing hits the ground, they know that's out of bounds. The last thing you want is your kid darting out in front of a float or a horse or whatever's coming down the route.
Right, so you can fall off the ladders. You want to secure those and make sure they're well. Now, if you have your children, they could get lost in a crowd.
They can.
What are some tips about making sure they know what to do if they get lost? And you had a great suggestion a minute ago when we talked.
Right, I actually have to credit my wife with this. When she used a plastic disposable band, wrote her phone number, my phone number, and our names on it, and we made sure our children knew if they got lost, if they got separated, go find either a policeman, fireman, paramedic, and just basically show them their wrist. That way the phone number is visible and they can contact us.
And you also said maybe find a stationary place to say, if we get lost from each other, this is where we meet.
Right, pick a landmark. A big building is best, preferably on the same side of the parade route that you're on so they don't have to cross it. Show it to your kids. Say, if you get lost, stand here, don't move. When
you're climbing up, putting up Mardi Gras decorations, please be careful, because I've know many stories where people have fallen off Mardi Gras ladders, and that's dangerous. What's the worst, finally, that you've seen in the emergency room, carnival related?
Well, I mean, we get a lot of people with, thankfully, fairly minor cuts and bruises, but usually the worst injuries come from fights, and a lot of that, again, is alcohol related.
Oh, well. All right, Dr. Nugent, stay safe.
Thank you, ma'am.
No fights this carnival season. Thanks a lot.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.